Okay, so as usual, timestamps, and you can listen to this just on audio, and subtitles will be available. You just click on the CC thing, and yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to sub 170 podcast. So for today's podcast, we're gonna be basically doing kind of like a debate kind of thing. Or Aisha came up with some topics. I didn't come up with any topics for us to debate or discuss on. So I guess we can start now.
I'm the creative director, in this thing. That's why
Yeah, pretty much.
we would like to apologize for being so late with the second episode because we did find free time, and then during that free time I got COVID and I wasn't able to
Yeah.
record, so it got pushed back
Unfortunate.
until we're here today, and hopefully this will go up by Sunday. Today is Friday, so by Sunday. Okay, can we start? Are you ready for it? Okay, we will
I think
attempt.
so.
We will attempt to fight. Okay. For some,
Okay.
like I said, I said before, we're probably gonna agree with each other. I I feel like we're easy to agree with. Like I'm the type to say, is it okay? And you're the type to say, oh, is it okay? Even if our views differ, but let's not do
pretty
that.
much.
Okay, let's stick with our values and our views, and like fight for it. Okay.
Right. Okay. I got you.
Okay, first one. I think this one it's precedented. We've talked about this before. Okay, it's about children
Okay.
or pets.
Right. Okay.
So if you were
Right.
to choose one to have only one, you can't have children and pets. So what would you choose?
Children.
Why? They're so expensive.
That is true, but I from my experience, I've had quite a few pets which are cats in the past. And the reason why I don't want pets anymore is because I have had very bad experiences with them, as in like I once I get too attached to them and then they're gone,
Uh-huh.
I just I just get really, really sad.
Okay, think
I
about
remember
it.
that one time I just, bawled my eyes out because my cat died. So
Dude, I was crying. Today is Friday, right? So 12 to 2. We don't. But I didn't go back home. I just stayed at the office. And I was on the floor. It's a carpeted floor. I knew what? English. I know they vacuumed it. So I was like on the floor and during that break time. And I was just laying down, just resting. And then suddenly thought about my cat that died. I started crying. I have a picture of me crying. So yeah,
took a picture of you crying.
just to show that I'm crying in the office on the floor.
Right.
But my point is, I cry about my cat a lot, a lot, a lot. I think pets, like pets in general, not necessarily cats, are the one thing that can just like you can show me a sad video right now, I'll probably start crying. I'm that kind of person,
Exactly.
but only about animals.
Yeah.
Like if you show me a person dying, I'll probably be like, okay.
Oh,
But
I'm the opposite though. Like when I see sad videos, like those like for example like homeless people, sometimes I tend to cry.
I feel bad about that though.
Yeah.
Like I do feel like, oh, okay, I do feel bad about it, but I don't cry about like people. That's why I'm like, I don't
Okay.
think. I mean, so far, people close to me, no one has passed away yet. I mean, I say yet because we're eventually gonna pass away anyway. But I don't. I feel like I won't cry, and I feel like people are gonna judge me for not crying.
I mean, I get you though. I mean, I think I feel the same way, to be honest.
if you don't react like how you're supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know, like sometimes I tend to be how do you say, I don't really cry as much as one would think,
I mean,
but I
that's okay.
can cry quite easily though. Does that make sense? I don't know.
I get what you mean though. Does it make sense? I don't know,
Right.
but I get what you mean because I'm the same.
Right.
I cry very easily,
Okay.
but in situation where you would expect me to cry, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
because I have
Exactly.
I think for me I have a tendency to like switch off my emotions sometimes. Like I would just like
Is that like a coping mechanism or something?
I maybe actually I don't know. I don't know what to identify it as. I don't know if it's a coping mechanism or
Right.
just how I am. But sometimes I'm like I don't want to feel it. But it's very rare. Only like extreme situation. I'm also the type to move on really easily. Like something happens, except for animal related, except for my pets, anything else, I move on pretty easily. I mean, it depends, I guess. But to me, I'm someone who moves on pretty easily. I'm like, huh, it's okay. Oh well, there's not if it's not in my control, there's nothing I can do about it. So I move on. What was the point?
Fair enough, I
We're
guess.
we're straying from the point.
Yeah,
Here's the thing, right?
just sub 170 stuff.
It's just Fuad and Aisha stuff. Anyways, my point was pets or children. You said children. I say pets. But the reason why I say pets is because no matter what, I love my cat. Okay, I would give my life for my cat. Maybe. I maybe.
Maybe.
But I think I would.
Maybe.
But basically, they mean a lot to me, like a lot. That's why I'm like crying every other day. No joke. I'm not even like exaggerating. I do cry like at least 3 times a week about my cat, the one who's like passed away, because I really feel bad. Anyways, imagine if that is a living person. You know, it's not an animal. You know, animal like if we bring religion into it, we know that they actually don't really feel pain, like when they're dying or whatever. I forgot to turn on my light. There we go. They don't like feel pain. Sorry, excuse me. I forgot about this. They don't feel pain. You know, like sometimes it makes me feel better. I'm like, oh, when it died, it wasn't in too much pain. You know, I think about that. I'm like, I feel it makes me feel better. But as a person, you feel pain. We know that we are people. Imagine like your kid. Imagine like if I imagine my cats as people that would live for however many years, like a long time, not the cat lifespan, the average lifespan the average lifespan of a cat is like for example 18 years, and a person is like 80 years. And imagine something happening to them, you know. I think there's a big emotional, financial responsibility when it comes to raising a human than it is with a cat.
Of course, yes, of course. Yeah.
So I'm just, for me, you know, pets versus children, I'm just taking the easy way out saying I want pets.
Because of financial stuff.
And the emotional responsibility. You know, I have to,
Okay.
you know, for cats, you don't have to emotionally raise them. You know, you don't have to teach them about this and that. You don't have to teach them about good and wrong. They won't understand you anyway. But if it's a person, you have the responsibility to raise them to be a good person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats can't break your heart. Your kids can.
Hey, my cat broke my heart
Hey, it
a
died.
few times.
What do you want? What do you want to do about it? It died.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. But then, macam, but don't you feel like if you have a lot of cats, right? And you do have a lot of cats, right? I've seen your stories. Don't you think that macam, I keep saying in Malay, don't you think that like if you have a lot of cats, eventually like the emotional
I get what you mean.
damage attachment builds up, you know?
Oh, you mean
So
you're
the more
gone?
the more cats you have, and the more that when they're gone, you're gonna feel an even bigger disappointment or sadness or depression, whatever you want to call it.
I don't agree. Here's the thing. I've never had a lot of cats in my house at one. Like, we usually give them away. You know, I give them away, and the mother cat we spay it because this cat was young when she got pregnant, so I couldn't spay her. I will soon, but she has 5 kittens. So we have one adult cat and 5 kittens. That's all we have right now. And the kittens we're gonna give
Oh,
away. We're probably gonna keep maybe 1 or 2, and the rest we'll give away. So I've never had a lot of cats growing up together for a long time. You know,
I
the kittens
see.
don't stay for the kittens that we have don't stay for more than 3 months. We give them away once they reach 8 to 10 weeks old. But on the note that you said, I feel like the more cats you have, the less sensitive you are. Because you're like, if one dies, you'd be sad, of course, but you're like, well, I have the other cats. But if you have one cat, if you have one
Guess.
single cat, and if that cat is gone, you're gonna be so devastated because that was your life. You know, that was your baby.
Yeah.
And I felt like that because I had one baby, and then it was gone, and I was the saddest I've been ever. So my point is, just to refute your point, I think the more cat you have, the less sensitive you are once it gets hurt or it passes away.
Yeah.
Again, we're straying from the topic. This
Okay.
isn't pets versus children. We're talking about pets. Okay, but in conclusion, you're like pets, right? You know, team pet. I mean,
No, I
sorry,
would.
no, you're children.
I'm.
Your team,
Yes.
your team children. I still can't get like along with that part. You know, they cry. They're expensive. That's the part. You know,
I
expensive.
know, but I'm. I wouldn't say I'm ready to have the responsibility, but like
You
I can imagine
eventually.
myself having that responsibility. You know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Yeah, this is what I like. You know, we can't come to an agreement. This is good. Okay, let's not agree. Okay, second one, easy. Cash versus card. Carrying it in like physical sense.
Cash versus card. What do you choose? What do you prefer?
You know, there is a pros and cons to it, but I
Yeah,
would
of
much
course.
prefer having card.
Well, I guess having card is pretty good though. In a way, I do agree with you. But like, I also have having cash around because like, if I use cash, well, for me especially right now, I don't really use card that much unless like I pay for Grab or like pay for food online. Uh, but like because nowadays I've been just trying to eat outside, and like of course they have the option to pay with card, which is much more easier. But to me, I don't know why, but like I just prefer using cash to pay. I think for me, in a way, it's easy for me to track my spending because in my mind, if I use my card, sometimes I don't realize how much money I have left in my card.
Okay, I get
So
what
then
you
I
mean. Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
end up overspending, you know? Yeah.
I get what you mean. So for me, I prefer card, and but I agree with your points about the card. You don't know how much you spend, but here's why I prefer my card. I track how much I spend. Every single dollar that I spend, I will have it in my Excel sheet. Okay, I have the system that I use where I just use my phone. I
Okay.
key in on what date, what I spent, and a category it goes under. It will go into my Excel,
Yeah.
put it into a category. There's like a chart there, like that. And then the thing is, when I have cash, this is why I prefer not to carry cash. Sometimes I carry cash, like let's say $50, and I go out, I buy this and that, and then I forget where the money goes. So I'm like, what did I spend
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
I bought this, I bought that. And then I'm like, oh, $50, for example. Let's say I spent $45 and I can identify where I spent around $35 and I forget where the other $10 went. And I'm like, where did the other $10 went? Where did the other $10 go? But if I'm using
Well,
my
I mean,
what?
you could do the same thing with cash, like with the Excel sheet thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I do that. I do still use cash.
Oh, you do that.
I do that, but I prefer not to do that because I forget. If I can't, like, let's say I'm going out, I'm not gonna. I don't think it's possible. It's not possible because I do it. It's in practice. It's not possible for me to spend one thing, do my app thing. I want to live my life too. I'm not gonna be like, oh, how much I spend. I'm not
Right.
gonna. I can't.
Course.
It's not really possible to do that. Oh no, where did my topic go? Okay, here it is. It's not really possible to do that. So it's usually like, let's say I'm going out with my parents or something. We usually spend a lot. Like if I'm with my mom, and the money goes, and I forget where it goes. I know I would usually know like 80% of what I spent on, but there would be like maybe $5 missing. And I'd be like, where did that $5 go? What did I spend on that I forgot about? I was doing that today because my mom borrowed money because last time we went out together, we spent money. I paid for it, and then I forgot how much she owes me. I was like, okay, $10 for this, $10 for that, $5 for that. But I feel like she owes me more. And I couldn't figure out what else I helped her pay. Because we moved houses recently, so there's a lot to buy. You see, the problem with cash is, now if I paid with card, wherever we went, I wouldn't have that issue because I will always have a record that I can access on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
But like, from listening to what you just said, I think it's more like your memory kind of problem.
So I'm the problem.
Yeah. I don't mean to offend you in any way, but
I'm not offended.
personally, I think it's your memory. I don't because my mom, I know she uses both cash and card, and even when she uses cash, she still, is able to look, no, not look, key in what she spent on.
I mean, if you keep the receipt, you
Am I making sense?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get. I
exactly.
know what you mean. I'm not saying it's impossible to live with cash and track what you're spending on. It's not. It's not. I know it's not. But is it easier for me, with card to look back on? Yes. And ATMs, you don't have to be stuck. Dude, when payday comes along and the ATMs are full, what am I supposed to do then? When I'm in a rush, let's say.
Use your card.
Yeah, but you have to queue at the ATM to get cash. I mean, during that time, let's say I want to buy gas. I want to buy petrol. There's no card option. Now, it would be beneficial if there... No, there isn't. In Brunei, there isn't. But it would be beneficial if there was a card option. Right?
Yeah, would.
Yeah, that's why card wins. I'm kidding. Card doesn't win. But you're saying...
It's a 50-50.
Yeah. So there is, like I said, there is a pros and cons for both. But if I were to choose just one method of payment everywhere, I would say card. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think I would do the same, though, honestly.
You're not supposed to agree.
But
no.
I know, but...
I get it. Yeah.
Like I said, yeah.
But I guess soon we're probably gonna, we're going the direction of cashless payments more. So maybe 20 years, 10 years from now, there is no cash. There is no dollars. We don't know. Okay.
That would kind of suck, honestly.
Really? You think it would suck?
I mean, for me.
For you. Because you like cash?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a popular topic. Moving on. I just moved on first. Popular topic that has been spoken about recently. Do you know Coven BN on Instagram?
No.
Okay, so COVEN.BN. So there they usually like write about like poems and where people like would share something to them and they would like talk about it, things like that. So recently, maybe I think 2 weeks ago, the topic was about male and relationships, and another topic they talked about was like male and female being just friends. Is it possible? So what's your take? I want to hear your take on this. This is
What is my take?
Yeah. So do you think
on male and female being friends?
Just friends, nothing involved.
I mean, of course, we're friends.
I was thinking about it. I'm asking you this question. Like, we're friends. It's clear. Like, there's
Exactly.
nothing. We're just like really good friends. And at one
Yeah.
point, like, if it comes down to like what kind of relationship we're in, I'm like, he's like my brother. You know,
Yeah.
if I was close to my
Exactly.
brother, which I'm not, but if I had a close brother, it would be fun. You know. And then
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and like, so, um, if you had a girlfriend, you know, and they
Hmm.
had guy friends, would you be okay with that?
Okay. Of course.
Good. Okay.
I probably. Okay. This is the thing about that. I want to elaborate more on that
Yeah, yeah. Go
actually.
on, go on, go ahead.
If they have been friends before we were together, then that's fine,
Okay.
right? But if they became friends after
Uh
we were
huh.
together, it's a slightly different story. I'm not saying she can't be friends with the guy, but it's a different story because who knows that maybe after we're together, this guy is trying to steal her away from me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Hmm.
agree, however, but I get exactly what you mean because
Hmm.
sometimes it's
Yeah.
inevitable for you to make friends. You know, after you had
Yeah.
your significant
Exactly.
other.
I know.
But your take is yes, it's possible. Okay. How about how is it possible? Like
How
how
is it possible?
in what I'm saying is how do I put this into how what are the like when you get into a relationship, it's if provided the other person is like someone who would get jealous
Yeah.
of. I don't know how to phrase it because I'm not a jealous person when it comes to relationships. Oh no.
I'm sorry, you were lagging a little bit there.
Sorry. Yeah, you
Hello.
froze too.
Okay.
What was the thing?
I don't know. You were lagging.
Okay. I was saying that I if I had a
Oh, okay.
significant other, I'm not a
Uh-huh.
jealous person. So it's hard for me to understand because I don't understand it. It for me mentally it doesn't register, but I can talk about it. But so let's say I have
Okay.
a boyfriend and they have like girlfriends. I
Mhm.
don't think I would like be jealous or unless something suspicious comes up,
Uh-huh.
unless there's
Yeah,
a
of course.
real
Yeah.
reason, I'm not gonna be like, oh, new friend, that's a girl. I'm not. It's not something I would do because
Hmm.
yeah, I feel like I should to a certain extent, but I don't think I would. I'm like that, so that's why I'm asking here. What's my question? My question is, what are the boundaries that you should set or you should talk about to your partner when having friends of the opposite sex?
Ah.
Yeah. So what will the conversation be?
For me, it would just. I know this is kind of stupid in a way, but what I'm about to say basically just repeats the question a bit, which is I'm just gonna say know your boundaries.
Oh yeah.
Because yeah, for me, I don't think I have to explain what boundaries that you have to set because you know you're mature, you're already like depends on how old you are, I guess.
The
They should know
problem is
what they're
people
doing.
aren't.
That is the problem, isn't it?
Like how like some people like let's say boyfriend girlfriend goes out with her guy friend that she's let's say for example known for a long time, one on one,
Hmm.
and then the boyfriend gets mad, but they've been friends for a long time. So
But why
or
would you come in?
there are people like that.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, but I
That's
just don't get it. You know?
so you see like boundaries. I think it varies from person to person, and I think it's important to communicate like with your
Yeah,
partner,
yeah,
say
yeah,
hey, you doing this makes me uncomfortable, and have a talk.
definitely.
Because if you guys disagree on more than a few things, I don't think that relationship would work. Like let's say the guy
Yeah.
is possessive and he's like you can't hang out with any of your guy friends, and he's like
Mhm.
adamant about it, he does not want to compromise. And so like that to me is like no, that's a red flag. We're not gonna be, yeah, let's break up, like to me I'm like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So people, there are people like that. They have different boundaries and they refuse to communicate it. Instead, they force it upon their partner. So that leads to like all these issues, and I don't get it.
Exactly.
Like there's this
Yeah,
one
neither do I.
person. There's this one person, my friend, someone I'm close to. You know him too. He has a girlfriend, and
Okay.
the girlfriend doesn't like him direct messaging, not DMs. I mean like on WhatsApp, like personal messages, not in groups. Like she doesn't like that because I like during my birthday, he said happy birthday in the group, and like he's my close friend, and I expected like a PM, like a happy birthday Aisha
Right.
PM, and I didn't get any.
Yeah.
And I was like, why didn't you send me any? I was just casually asking, and he was like, oh, because my girlfriend doesn't like that. I'm like, what? It's a birthday greeting. And he was like, yeah, it's a birthday greeting.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is. I agree. Now, my point is, this is normal for other people. And that's why there's like these weird boundaries that kind of makes one person feel sad, and then the other person's like forcing it, and then that's why the relationship doesn't work, and that's why friendships disappear because of relationships. Because yeah, I love this topic, but I hate discussing it because I'm just like,
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's different. Depends on the type of
Depends on the
people.
person.
Yeah. Like what kind of person, what kind of, like I wouldn't mind unless I'm like, you can do whatever you want, to my partner. Not that I want to have a partner, but you can do whatever you want. But if I notice something suspicious, I will bring it up. And if you give me like a proper explanation with no red flags, then it's okay. But if I notice something like, oh, that doesn't feel very right, I will investigate and then like communicate and then see what happens there. I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is like something that, like, when I read about it, I'm like, wow, people are like that, huh? And there are other stories. This IG I mentioned, coven.bn. You should check it out. If I'll put it on the screen. And so they discussed a lot about how do I phrase it? Where they're friends. These two people are friends. Let's say they just became friends, and then like normal friends, and then one person ends up falling for the other person.
Okay.
And then it's one-sided, and then the friendship just goes away because it's
I mean,
one-sided.
that happens a lot, though.
It does, but
Pretty sure that happens quite a bit.
I don't really know what to say about it because it has not. I mean, has it? Yeah, never mind. I don't want to talk about it. But stop. I mean, it's not something relevant to in this context. But like, I don't know. To me, there's this one story. Hold on, let me pull it up. Where these two people thought they were friends. So guy girl thought they were friends, and the guy like assaulted the girl.
Okay.
Wait,
Hold on. The guy thought they were friends, or they both thought they were friends?
They both
I'm
thought they were
confused.
friends.
How does that work?
I
don't understand.
I don't get it either.
How can you think that? Oh, I think that person's my friend. Like what?
No. They're friends. They're like you and I.
I don't get it. What can you
Wait,
explain?
I'm trying to find the story. I cannot find it. I can't find it. God damn it. Never mind then. Because there was a story. It was kind of sad. Like, wow, that happened to a real person. And so I was kind of like upset about it. Okay, there's this one.
Okay.
Apa?
No, never mind. Just continue.
Okay, there's this one post called Catching Feelings from Coven BN. We all have heard and seen the stories. There's Monica and Chandler, Sally and Harry. It was something so romantic and so wholesome to be in love with your best friend. But it becomes a problem when only one of them fell in love. When one of them says, oh man, she's beautiful, I want her. And the other is like, is that tai mata? Is that eye poop? Should I tell them about it? Two different gazes. It sucks when you thought she's such a cool person to talk to, but she's expected you to be with her. I don't understand that phrasing. We are automatically placed in the most awkward position, and once the whole "we're friends, right?" conversation started, we slowly drifted apart. So this is when you become friends with a person, and the gaze is different. So you know what I mean by the gaze, right?
Yeah.
Like one person is making intense eye contact because there's something in your eye, and the other is like, "Oh, her eyes are so beautiful," Your
I can
WhatsApp
definitely
flood.
understand that.
So I don't know. I feel like guys and girls can be friends, but there's a lot of problems that can come up if you don't know your boundaries as friends.
Yeah,
And if like let's say you do catch feelings, there needs to be like communication and like
of course. Yeah.
and I don't know, man. This topic is so like big, and you can say a lot
Very.
of things about it.
I have a friend who is kind of in a similar situation with that. I I haven't really
Interesting.
heard any updates from him, so I don't really know. But hey, if you're watching this, I would like an update.
Hopefully they're watching. Okay, let's move on. It's a topic that really you can't really come to a conclusion because there's so many views. There's a lot of
Yeah.
views. Like if we have one more person here, I'm pretty sure they would have a different view, and like we can talk
Yeah,
about this
of
all
course.
day. So let's move on. Okay. So the next one, do you prefer your drinks cold or warm? Hot, warm,
Neither.
room
I don't really
temperature?
care. I don't have a I don't have a preference.
If you had to choose.
If I had to choose with a gun to my head, cold.
Okay, let's say it's winter. Would it still be cold?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, would you still choose to drink cold? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're like
I
me.
think because because I've experienced winter before. So and when I was younger, I usually drink cold water. But now I don't. I really just drink like warm water now. But yeah, I would definitely drink cold water for sure.
Yeah. We agree on this then. Oh no. No, that's how it's supposed to go.
That's
But
not.
like when I've experienced winter too, and you know what we go and do? We go and buy ice cream.
I've never done that before.
We
I
do
don't think
that.
so.
And it's the it's just like, and my parents would be like, "Why? It's cold," and we would be like, "That's the point." When you're out and about, the ice cream isn't gonna melt. You can take your time eating it.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, okay. Would you either go back to the past or go to the future? If there was a time machine that could do that.
Ooh, I think I would. Okay, because it kind of depends on the circumstances. Like, if I go back to the past, am I able to change what happens?
Uh, let's say for now, for the first part, let's talk about just looking. Like you go back and you watch. You can't change
Oh,
anything.
watch. Then, if that in that case, I would look into the future. Then,
Okay. What if you
yeah,
can't like physically go and like do things? You're back in that year
yeah,
and
and then
changed.
alter
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then I think I personally I don't want to change what's in the past. I would still prefer go to the future.
Even the small things you wouldn't change.
No,
I
because
would.
actually, I'm glad that I've gone through what I've gone through.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So because it made me who I am today. So I wouldn't change a thing, even bad or good. You know, that's me.
Okay, so if you go into the future, what are you gonna do there?
If I go into the future, I would probably just have fun, experience the future.
you're gonna be
Basically,
that
yeah.
like one person who doesn't know the technology. Like, what do I do here? Are you sure
Exactly.
that's
That's the point, you know?
really? You find that fun?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Like
disagree, but
not knowing anything, and then I get to know new people, and then they explain these new things to me. Of course it's going to be overwhelming, but it's interesting, you know?
I think it would be very frustrating. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But that's that's one of the fun parts. Yeah, for me at least.
Okay, okay. I would if
Yeah.
I were to just watch, I would go into the future too. But if I were to change things, I would go into the past. Not that I have a lot of regrets. I am happy. I mean, I wasn't happy before, but like right now, it's nothing that I would be like, oh, I have to go and change this. It's not like something big, but I would make like small changes, like make choosing the right subjects, for example. You know, the small things, or like saving up money. You know, I used to earn so much money before. Like I would tell my past self to, hey, don't spend that on useless things. I was so successful before. So and I would do like, what else would I do? I think I would have like better choices of friends. You know, friends who would make me smarter. You know,
Really?
yeah.
Aren't you glad, like, you
I,
know, like meeting the people that you met?
some of them, not all of
Some
them.
of them.
I don't. I like I said, I don't necessarily regret it. I don't necessarily like, oh
Right.
man, I wish I didn't meet this person. It wasn't that. It was like, hey, maybe I should
Uh,
have met a different person, not this person. You know, because
uh,
they added nothing to my life.
oh,
I mean,
okay, but nothing. But like, okay, I get what you mean, but like, don't you think that in a way these people who don't bring anything to your life actually brought something to your life? Like, how do you say it? Make you realize some things and stuff like that, Lashmata. Stuff
yeah,
like that.
they probably maybe realize how dumb some people can be.
Yeah, see, like if you had good friends all the way, you wouldn't have known that probably. Maybe
True,
you never know.
true,
Yeah,
true. But
yeah.
there are some friendships that used up a lot of energy, but it wasn't it wasn't like fun or nice, or you know. I think I'm not saying like they're bad people or whatever, but I'm saying like I could have chosen better friends. Not that I had
Ye-
bad friends. I'm not
I
saying that either.
guess.
I'm like contradicting myself every other sentence.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm kind
Okay.
of confused in a way.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand myself either. But that's how I am all the time anyway. I don't know. But yeah, I'll go to the past, change small things. Like not letting my cat out during that one time that ended up with her dying. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. This is workout related. Do you lift to eat or eat to lift?
I eat to live. Wait. I don't think I'm understanding that. Wait, hold on. Do I live to eat or eat to live?
So when let's say you work out, you have muscles,
Uh-huh.
automatically your BMR is higher, so you can eat more.
Right.
So
Yeah.
are you doing it so that you can eat a bit more, or are you eating? Is food enjoyment or is food fuel?
Sorry, can you repeat that last part? You were lagging a little bit on my side.
Okay, so like, is food enjoyment or is food fuel?
Oh, it's more like I eat to gain. I don't know which one that relates to.
You eat to lift.
Eat to lift. Okay, fair
So
enough.
yeah, so you eat
Yeah, that's it.
to lift and like gain. So yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's it.
okay.
That's it.
I think I would say I'm a mix of both, but these days it's more of the like you. Like I'm like trying to,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's
Trying to
working though.
bulk.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily trying to bulk per se, but yeah. Yeah, but it shows in my in like my lifts, not lifts. I don't lift. I mean like my training sessions where my weight is going
Uh,
up. So yeah.
oh, that's good.
Um. Oh, this one is interesting. It's about relationships again, but I find this really funny. So
Okay.
there's this uh thing where let's say I have a boyfriend, and if that boyfriend compliments someone else, whether it be a celebrity or a real person or their friend, the girlfriend gets mad. Like, how dare you compliment
Mm-hmm.
someone else? I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about your partner complimenting someone else, whether it be a male or a female?
I don't care.
Good, because I would have fought you if you said otherwise. Because I see
Well, for me,
this.
because
Go on.
it's like if you, I'm just appreciating beauty and handsomeness. You know, it's like what's wrong with that? Like if I see, I'm not gay, but like if I see a handsome man, I'm gonna be like, wow, that guy's really good looking. You know, like
Good.
that guy's got big muscles. You know, like come on, it's just a normal thing.
It is. It should be. It's like because you're not like you don't have toxic masculinity in you.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Good for it. I raised you well. I'm kidding. No, because we see this a lot where like the girlfriend's like you can't compliment someone else other than me. You can't think someone else is pretty other than me. And I find that the stupidest thing ever. Really, if I had a boyfriend
It is.
and that my boyfriend is like, "Hey, your friend is really pretty." I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I know, right? She is really pretty." And I would rather have a discussion about like that person's beauty and like say, "Hey, what do you think is pretty about her?" And like it's I because it's like this. Okay, my perception, because I talk about this particular topic to a lot of my friends, and most of them
Mhm.
have the perspective of like, if I have a significant other, they can't compliment another person of the opposite sex. Okay, they
Mhm.
think that I don't, because if I compliment anyone, if I compliment you or someone or anyone, that doesn't mean I like them.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like seeing a cat on the road and seeing like, oh my god, cute cat. I'm not into the cat, right? It's a cute cat. So anyone else
Exactly.
I compliment is like a cute cat.
Yeah.
So
I like that example. Yeah, I like
yeah,
that
I
example.
use
I've
this
never heard of
example a
that
lot.
before.
This is something this is my like go-to example when I'm talking about this. I'm like, I'm not a furry just because I think a cat is cute. It's the same thing. If I see
Yeah.
someone, like I see them passing by, I'm like, oh, like he's handsome or she's pretty. It's the same as me looking at a cat on the road and be like, oh, cute cat. That's
That's it. You
and
know,
I think
that's the
yeah,
extent.
and I think the culture is like when you compliment someone or you find someone pretty, it's automatically like you liking them romantically or you having a crush on them, which I totally
Mhm.
disagree with. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like most people I know, and I think most people in Brunei in general have that kind of mindset. Because like let's say I'm going out with my friends. I'm like, oh, that guy handsome. And then my friends would be like, oh, go get his number. I'm like, that's not the point. I don't want his number. I don't even want to be friends with him. I just think he's good looking.
Uh-huh.
I just think he's unugly. Okay?
Ugly.
and like and like let's say for or if I say someone we know, like a group of friends and I say, oh, this one mutual friend, oh that person is handsome or good looking, and they'd be like and they would give me that face, you know, like that smirk face. Like, oh,
Mhm.
is
Yeah,
it?
I know what you mean.
And I'm like stress. I'm stressed. Like that wasn't my intent. Okay, don't give me that face. I complimented that person like I would compliment a cat. Okay,
Yeah,
that's it.
fair enough. But however, I think sometimes it can also be like your friends joking around with you.
That is yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes my friends do joke around with me like that. If I like compliment the girl,
Uh
and then
huh.
they'll be like, you know,
Yeah, but
brag.
I think like if you do that all the time,
Well, all
it,
the time is too excessive.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, sometimes it's just a joke. You know, it's just
Oh, okay, this topic, another like workout related topic.
Hmm.
Do you know about body positivity and haze?
And what?
Haze, HAES, health at every size.
I have never heard of that before.
Oh, good. You're not the toxic part. So at one point, I see this a lot, but I'm not part
Hmm.
of it, and I don't really agree with it. So body positivity started to so that people can appreciate their body no matter how they look. So if you're skinny,
Yeah.
it's like be positive about it. If you're fat, you're positive. If also it started mostly for disabled people, like people who have no arms, no legs. It's body
Hmm.
positive. Like it's okay. And then it
Yeah.
moved on, kind of connected. It kind of changed in a sense where it became more of a fat people liberation thing. So if you're
Hmm. Hmm.
skinny, you're not body positive. If you're a
Hmm.
skinny person saying body positive, you're not because you're skinny.
Hmm.
Okay, this
Hmm.
concept is a bit hard to understand, but basically,
I get it. I get it.
you get it? Okay, that's good. And then there's the other one, which kind of connects to body positivity because the body positivity changed. Originally, it was everyone is beautiful, you know? Like,
Hmm.
even if you have an amputated leg or, whatever. Changed now, it's more like if you're fat, you're body positive. If you're fat and proud of it, you're body positive. But if you're skinny and proud of it, you're fat phobic. So that's the body positivity movement
Okay.
has become like that now. And there's this other one,
Right.
Haze, in short it's Haze, which is health at every size, which some people are promoting, where they're like, if you're, let's say, 100 kilos, let's say a short person, 100 kilos, they're clearly like big, and they're like, you're healthy.
Yeah. That's not.
That's how what they're doing. They're like, like really big people, like you can tell they're like
Yeah.
big, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you're healthy.
Yeah.
And they're like, on TikTok, they'll be like, oh, I'm healthy. Don't tell me what to eat or don't tell me what to do. Here's the thing. I don't agree that you should tell people what to eat or what to do, but I don't think it's
Hmm.
right to claim that you're healthy when you're
Mm,
like
yes.
that heavy. I don't know how much I should like say it because I don't want to be like fat phobic. I'm not. But I do think
Yeah. Yeah.
when you're over a certain size, I think that's unhealthy. And
Hmm.
these people who are like health at every size enthusiasts, they don't believe in weight health. Like they don't believe the BMI scale, for example. I mean, the BMI scale has flaws. It has inaccuracies, but it's
Hmm.
applicable still.
Yes, it is.
So
Definitely is.
so like, what do you think about that?
What do I think about that? I think it's very, very stupid, actually.
So let's say, for
Because
example, yeah.
yeah,
No,
for example.
at one point, maybe I think maybe a couple years ago when I was gaining weight, when I was like
Uh huh.
going towards my heaviest, I saw some content like this, and I was like, huh, I'm healthy. I was gaining weight. I can tell my body wasn't feeling great. Like my heart, like I can feel my chest not feeling great. And I was like, I'm healthy. It's
Hmm.
fine because they said so. It was the stupidest thing. And I'm glad I got out of it. Because if I
Yes.
stayed in it, that would have been a bad thing. I'm glad I stopped and I was like, I need to do better, and I'm starting to work out and like do that. But yeah, you think it's stupid, but not. But like, can you elaborate a bit more?
Yeah, because I've seen this video on it's not a TikTok but YouTube Shorts. I don't watch TikTok that much, but YouTube Shorts. I saw this video where they were like doing this kind of like agree, like strongly disagree and strongly agree kind of thing,
Ah, is it
and
Jubilee?
then
I think
yeah, it's kind of like Jubilee, but it's not Jubilee. It's
ah,
a different channel.
okay.
So yeah, I saw this one person who said that like yeah, it's fine like if you think that your body is okay. I mean, yeah, I guess in a way it's fine, but when she elaborated more on her point regarding like what like one of the people who disagreed with her asked her that if she was fat, like if she was big, would you think that that's okay, that's fine, that's healthy? And she said yeah. I'm like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. like already obese, you're very prone to a lot of health risks, and plus it doesn't really make sense for you to say that you're healthy as well, you know. So I don't know what that person was on about. But yeah, to me, it's basically, my point is, uh I just, I don't know, like in my head it's like, it's, to me, it's the way people think it, it's just really stupid, and I just can't comprehend,
Yeah, I
and
agree with you. I agree with you because I can't.
makes me really, I don't know what to say, you know. I
Because
just don't know.
like these people are, especially on TikTok, this is a big movement. Like health at every size is a big movement where they're like, let's say a 20 something year old, let's say our age, and they're like, they're obese, like they're big, you can clearly tell like it's not healthy, like a normal person can tell. And then they're like, I did my blood work and everything is perfect and I'm healthy. And I'm like, yeah, because you're young. How many obese,
Yeah.
like the thing is, I say that I hear them say pounds. So in my head, I'm like trying to convert it to kilograms. But let's say they're like, how many 400, 300 pound old people have you seen? The things that you don't. It's either they lose weight
Yeah.
and live long, or they
Yeah.
they yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So there,
Yes.
it's just, I find it so dumb because there's clearly science backing up, and like, you know how like the entire movement is like, oh, I don't believe in the BMI scale, which, yes, accuracies, yes, that's why it's not just looking at number and the numbers, but you have to look at the person too. You know, if someone is like
Yep.
big and heavy and they categorize under obesity or being obese in the BMI chart, if they're full of muscle, obviously they're not, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Course.
obviously, so BMI has that. I kind of see that part, but they're like, oh, BMI is 100% inaccurate. Oh, they shouldn't. The doctor shouldn't ask for your weight, or there shouldn't be any weighing scales at the doctor's office. There, it's like that. It's amazing to me. I'm like, it's the doctor, and they're like, if the doctor asks for your weight, they're fat phobic. I know.
That's actually funny.
It's funny. It's stupid because
Funny.
because it's so stupid. There's a lot of stories like this, and it comes up on my TikTok, and I'm just like, it just makes me, you know, it further proves how dumb people are. Because if a doctor needs your weight, there's a reason for it. You know, he's your doctor, they're your doctor. And if you're in like going into surgery, of course they'll need your weight to know how much anesthetic to give you. You know, it might affect how it works on, you know, like that. I find
Yeah.
it really interesting almost. I watched this channel. It's called My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You. And she talks a lot about because she was a fat person and she became fit, and she talks about that. And she's a personal trainer, so she
Okay.
talks about like fat people a lot, and it's really interesting. I love her, so I watch her a lot, and I see these
yeah.
contents like from her, like she reacting to it. I'm like, these people exist, and there's a lot of it, and they spread this. They spread this entire movement, you know, like, okay, health at every size, body positivity, fat positivity. So this movement is spreading. And I'm like, I see what they're saying. You know, fat people do get like injustice, you know, they're bullied and they are viewed differently. Like, I agree. But that doesn't mean that we should automatically categorize you as healthy so people can treat you better.
No, of course not.
So, but that's
What does being healthy have anything to do with people treating you better?
because, in a sense, if you're skinny, I mean, not doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy, but it's viewed as being healthy,
Yeah.
so you're treated better. Also, the beauty standards, you know.
Ah, beauty. Oh, okay. You're talking beauty.
So, like body positivity, health at every size, I disagree 100%, but I do believe that everyone is beautiful regardless of size. That part is what I feel like it should be, not like, oh,
They're just putting too much on it, you know.
and they're like, if you can't, if you have a preference for like skinny people or like fit people, you're fat phobic, which is also very stupid to me.
Yeah, that's very stupid.
You know, there's Yeah, this can be a whole podcast on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're running out of time. We'll discuss this maybe in the future if I have enough material. But yeah, it's amazing, mind blowing. Okay, a short one that you can just do. What is your ideal type? Maybe someone watching is interested.
What is my ideal type?
Again, I know like
God.
saying you have a type, it might not be exact, but let's say if
Yeah.
you were to categorize someone that is ideal right now, like what would they be? Like physically and like personality wise.
Well, that is a. I've never been asked this question publicly before.
It's tea.
But if I was to say my ideal type would be okay, before I say what my ideal type is, I don't really care what kind of person you are as long as you're a good person and you're mature and everything. That's perfectly fine for me. I don't care how
What
you
if
look
they
like.
are the type to do things that you don't like?
Then sorry, like get away from me, you know.
But they're still a good person.
No. Like okay, it like if they're a good person doesn't mean they're the whole is good, you know. You know what I mean? Any
No,
does that make
that's not my
sense?
point. My point is you're like, I don't care what kind of person you are as long as you're good, right?
Yeah.
So let's say this person, you met a person, she's a good person,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
for example, let's say what is something that you don't like? What when like a pet peeve of yours?
Um um hold on. I got this. Interrupting me when I'm doing something, when I'm focusing on doing something.
Okay,
Yeah.
what if that person has a habit of doing that? Like they will do that. It's really hard to change. But they're a good person.
Okay. Uh, then okay, I guess I have to say it depends.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it
get you to
depends.
say. So you can't just say,
Yeah,
"Oh, be
but
a good person," and it's fine. I don't think that's right either.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but basically I don't really care per se.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a type, you know, like I would want to have someone who, you know, is loves to play games. So
Mm-mm.
it's basically something in common with me.
Mm-hmm.
Likes to go to the gym. Uh, I don't know, maybe likes music as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like not as in just like listening to music, but also like maybe like making music and
Mm.
stuff.
I hope your
Uh,
future girlfriend slash wife like sings. Please, I would love that.
that
I
would be
would
great,
be.
actually.
That would be wonderful. I would be
I
like,
have
hey,
thought of that actually, but I haven't found anyone
genuinely,
who's
that would be perfect. Like. Anyways, go on. I don't want to
yeah,
fangirl about your potential future wife being a singer.
yeah.
Anyways,
But uh, yeah, like basically those things, and then if you're just like I said, a good person, you don't really you know what you're doing basically. Like for me, I don't want you to be dependent
uh-huh, uh-huh,
on me. I want you to be independent.
uh-huh.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Itulah. Yeah. I don't want to elaborate more on that. Yeah.
Why not? Okay, 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 okay. Um, Generally, I thought I didn't have a type, but I think I do. But then again, I like everyone, so it's hard to say. It's this. There's a problem when you're like a K-pop fan because you like
Mm-hmm.
people and you can. It's like they're so different. So I generally don't know what my type is. Not that it matters, but yeah, I don't know. As long as they're not shorter than me, that's fine. Or my height, just a little bit taller than me, physical wise, and
Yeah.
not.
What is it about that? What is it with you girls and height?
Would
Don't
you
get it.
want like a girlfriend that's like a lot taller than you?
I don't mind.
Okay, so
Like I said, I don't care.
you're like
If you're like a midget or like a giant, I don't care.
okay.
Yeah.
I think I have this one friend who was like he's like 180 and he's like I want a girlfriend that's taller than me. We know this friend. I
Wow.
just don't want to say his name. It starts with an I. Never mind. That's yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do I know him?
Yeah, you do. And so he's like, I want a tall girlfriend. So we talked about it. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying, but I think, like, for example, like, let's say you're hugging, it would feel nicer if like the guy envelopes the girl instead. You know, that's just a like a perception. It doesn't have to be like that. But yeah, for me, that is a deal breaker. So if you're short, I don't think I can. I don't think I'll be able to see you romantically. You know, just a little bit, Tommy. You don't have to be 6 foot. No, not necessary.
I feel bad for the short kings out there.
Hey, the short kings can find short queens. Okay. That can happen. That's not impossible. There's a lot of short girls around.
Yeah.
So short kings, go find your short queens, okay? So like someone just a little bit taller, maybe like 3 inches taller. I mean, there's actually a formula that you can use. Someone who's like, for if you want someone taller, it's 1.09 times taller than you is like the perfect height. And if you want shorter, it'll be 1.09 divided by.
Yeah, no. I'm not going into this.
No, it doesn't have to be specific. I'm just saying there is a scientific explanation. Like,
that's a scientific thing?
It's not a scientific thing.
Like,
it's just,
actually?
you know, like like when you take a group of people and you compare their heights and what's the ideal, it comes up with to that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, so that's the only, that physical wise, I think that's the only deal breaker. And like you have to be somewhat of a fit person, like to do physical, like working out activities with me. So like go to the gym and like hike and run, or you know, and you have to wear sunscreen. Aisha and her sunscreen, huh? You have to. You have to at least. Like, let's say we meet at age 30, you have to be wearing sunscreen for at least since age 24. That's the farthest I can go. If they're not a sunscreen wearer, I'm sorry. It's a deal breaker. I don't want to be with you.
I mean, having nice skin is really about, how do you say? It's a plus, I guess. I don't know.
It's not just about this nice skin thing. It's just about protecting yourself. You know, taking care of yourself. Yeah, and taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be like, you know, like,
yes.
Take care of yourself.
Definitely.
Love yourself. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to love yourself, but still you have to take care of yourself. Like eating a considerably balanced diet, you know, that's like taking care of yourself. So you have to take care of yourself. And a lot more than do your skincare. And a lot more, really. That's why I think it would be impossible to find like a guy for me, because I'm too specific and too needy and too yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like that.
What do you mean?
Some girls do, right?
Do what?
Like the clingy kind of guy.
Did I say clingy?
Like needy. You said needy.
No,
I
said no, wait. I forgot what I said. I was saying I was talking about me. I think I'm too needy of specific things.
Oh, you.
Me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
It's fine. It's fine. I think I phrased it wrongly anyway. Yeah, so like I have specific like check boxes they have to tick, or else I'll be like, I don't know why I'm like that. I don't like that I'm like that, but I'm like that. And I was gonna say something else. Never mind. A guy that ticks all my boxes is impossible to find. So it's fine. I'm fine being single anyway. I'd be a terrible girlfriend / wife anyway. So that's that.
How would you know?
I would know because in general, most guys would like their partner to like trust them and depend on them. You know, to a certain extent. You don't have to like be dependent on them, but like, you know, like relying on them, you know, because there's a reason why you guys are together, you know. You get what I mean? But I'm terrible at that.
You're used to being independent.
And I'm too independent. Like if I had someone, right. I probably, if I were to cry, probably wouldn't even tell them that I'm crying. If I had a partner, I mean. So I'm like, I just don't think I have the capabilities to be a partner anyway. I'm just bad at it. I'm a good friend though. That's why people don't crush on me. People don't like very, very, very rarely have a crush on me. The last time it was like 3 years ago. So the reason is because I'm a good friend. You can rely on me, but I won't rely on you.
But how do you know no one's crushing on you?
Hey, if no one has given me like a gaze, like look at me a second longer than they should have, then they probably don't have a crush on me.
What if they're shy?
I don't think anyone has a crush on me. Full stop. Stop it, what?
You never know. Come on. Like when I like someone, I don't stare at them more than a second. You know what you just described. Because I'm shy.
Yeah, but wouldn't you like give hints or something? Like want to spend more time with them or text them a bit more? There would be some act on your part.
Yeah, I mean, but that is if I think that I have a slight chance. Does that make sense?
Yes, but no, like putting that perspective into like people liking me. So are people thinking they don't have a chance with me if they don't want to approach me? Never mind. I don't think so. I don't really have like guys around me anyway. I have my friends and that's it. Yeah, and my friends
have a crush.
No, no, they either all have girlfriends or the single ones. There's a clear we're friends like boundary. It's like it's established like you and I. So it's established. There's nothing going on there. So people don't crush on me, and I know that because of how much of a best friend material I am, and I know that too. And I'm fine with it. I'm not sad. Like, oh, no one is having a crush on me. It's not that. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I just still can't believe, like, you think that no one's crushing on you.
Does that make me a humble person? Do I think I'm like a hot shot? Yeah. I think I'm kind of perfect.
Okay.
Became a narcissist. I'm kidding, but I do think I'm not a bad, I'm not a bad catch. But I still don't think people have a crush on me.
Okay, I guess that's fine then. I don't know what to say anymore.
Unless someone is gonna confess to me, I just want to say I probably wouldn't accept. Yeah, I wouldn't. But unless someone gives me what? Stop with that eyebrows. Unless someone is gonna confess me, I will not believe that anyone has a crush on me. So that's that. But don't confess to me though. Like, don't do that because I will reject you.
What if this is taking longer than it should? But like, what if you consider that guy or girl? I don't know what you're into.
I wish I was into girls. I wish.
You wish.
I wish.
Because
they're pretty. But unfortunately, it's so genuinely unfortunate that I'm like straight. I'm sure a girl would treat me better if I were to be in a relationship with a girl. Unfortunately, I'm not into that. I don't know. I'm just saying. Women are nicer and they're like, yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? What were we talking about?
We got off topic. Like I said, it's going longer than expected.
Consider, unless you're Bang Chan of Stray Kids, I will not consider you.
What if he looks like him?
If he doesn't act like him, there's no point.
So what if he acts like him but doesn't look like him?
Then there's a chance.
Oh.
Because Bang Chan is a good person. I doubt anyone came this far into the podcast to see your suggested.
Hey, you never know.
Suggested glances. Okay. Okay. So that concludes for today's episode. I'm tired, so I'm kind of high. Anyways, so we'd like to apologize for uploading late. but we'll try to upload at least once a month, hopefully. So yeah, and anything you want to say, Fuad, before we end?
Mm, not really. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We'll try to upload more because we're kind of busy with a lot of things right now. So yeah, that's all I guess.
So make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you want to. It'll be linked down below. And Fuad
I
sings.
I make music as well.
Yeah, Fuad
Well, not I
sing.
make covers.
He sings. He covers. That will be linked below. His SoundCloud will be linked below. So go give some love. And my personal podcast will also be linked below if you're interested. So yeah. Bye. I'm so bad at this. Bye.
Bye bye.